How you doing? Welcome back to this series of videos that we're doing. This one is called Traveling with a Dead Man, and it's another one of the videos that I wanted to do. It's the second in the series about where would I be now if I hadn't stopped drinking alcohol. This is 100 videos in 100 days. It's March through December, and our aim is to try and get as many people as we can to step across that line, to give people, encourage people to do it. If you haven't already done it, then don't procrastinate any further, because the longer you wait, the more shit's going to happen in your life. This stuff is deadly in terms of what it can do over the long term. So don't be waiting around. All right, today's video is, like I say, another in that series. It's the second video in the series of what would have happened to me if I just hadn't stopped drinking alcohol. And this one is about health in general. The first question I have to ask myself about health is, would I still be here? And that's it's probably the most scariest thing. Would I still be alive if I hadn't stopped drinking alcohol? I was heading down some pretty dark paths. Alcohol was seriously destroying my health, physically and mentally. That's it's one of those things. It's just like I said, it's a scary thing, and I'm being deadly serious about whether or not I would be still here or not. I wasn't in good shape all around. It was one of those things that I was. I used to wake up during the night thinking I was having a heart attack, which was horrible. Just a not. You think that your life is going to end. So I'm being deadly serious about that feeling that. My life wasn't going very much further, if I didn't stop drinking. You're really caught in a self-imposed trap, and it's one that people find it very difficult to get out of, because the instant gratification takes away from the pain of thinking about what you're doing to yourself, but the instant gratification also adds to that pain, so it accumulates. And the more it accumulates, the harder it becomes to deal with. And you go back to your crutch again, you go back to what you should be doing. So it creates a certain psychological helplessness, which is, for me, it's the bigger problem. I think with a lot of the health issues, unless you've gone too far, you can deal with a lot of these, you can reverse a lot of the stuff that's happened. The liver, obviously, if you go to cirrhosis, that cirrhosis cannot be reversed. You can manage it, and you can prevent it from going further. So that's one good thing about stopping drinking alcohol from that perspective. But if you're before the scarring, then it will heal. And a lot of the stuff that you've done, even shit that you've said, shit that you've done, all of that can be healed over time. Some of it, there's no point in healing, because the people that you might have hurt, or the people that you might have said it to, are also on the same wavelength. Drinkers who, I'm not saying don't deserve to be apologized to, but this is always a reciprocal situation where it's normally give and take. So it's for me, it was one of those things that, it was just, conventional wisdom all around you says that alcohol drinking is normal. And once you accept that as a truth, as an axiom, then what you're doing to yourself then, from a psychological point of view, is you're getting yourself to step outside of that. And then you're treating yourself as if there is something wrong with you. Instead of something wrong with what you're doing, and that's a damaging thing. And like I said, it's that psychological helplessness where when you're so used to doing the one thing, where you're so used to dealing with life's problems with this one thing, and you have no psychological map of where you can go, how you're going to move forwards without alcohol. It's very difficult. That was one of the most difficult parts of my journey, was building that map, building that personal map, and understanding where where I could go, how I could get there. Just understanding what my goals were. It's a huge thing. I mean, in V2, I always tell people, look, you start out with the simplest of goals. Don't look beyond 30 days, because you don't know how much your mind is going to change in that time. And it's good to dream. I think it's good to have that idea of, well, I'm going to go to this place, or I could go there, and the possibilities. That's a good motivation to get you moving forwards. But don't take it too far, where you're absolutely that it becomes a dogma to you, sort of thing, that you can't change it. So really, in all of this, there is no standing still. Like I say, with alcohol, I think your life is on much more of a declining slope than it would be without. I think we're all in declining health anyway. It's a gradual thing, but there's a lot that you can do to mitigate that descent, if you like. Just met a couple of people on the path back there, Germans, in their 80s, and they're out walking the dog. I mean, saying, yeah, we've got a few problems and stuff like that, but hey, we're out here walking and stuff. We're out here enjoying life, and that's what it should be about. But I think it's taking responsibility for your health, for slowing down that decline. And there's no reason why you can't be a fit person when you're older. When you get to your 70s and 80s and hopefully 90s. My brother always said that he wanted to get past 100, and I said, I want to get to 120, just something that brothers do. But it's mostly down to you. It's down to you and the choices that you make. As I say, we really want to help as many people to stop drinking as possible. So we've got this preparation course. It's part of our program, but I've opened it up for you as our gift to you coming up to Christmas. It's absolutely free. Click on the link down below. The idea behind it is to just try and get you to see things as clearly as possible from the perspective before you stop drinking alcohol, and to have some confidence in yourself that you can do this, and that it's in your abilities to do this, that it's in anybody's. If I can do this, anyone can do it. And to encourage you, to give you the courage to step across that line and take a chance on yourself, to commit to yourself. So like I said, that is down below. So as a final message, where would I be now if I hadn't stopped drinking alcohol? Well, if I wasn't dead, which there was a big likelihood that I was going to be dead. I wouldn't be in a good way physically or mentally. I was in a physical and mental decline, and it was happening very, very quickly. So like I said, waking up during the night thinking that I was having a bloody heart attack, but seriously, with horrible pains in my chest and just horrible feeling that things weren't right. And then the next day, then you'd be hungover, but you'd also have this horrible dread throughout the day joining me. So think about why this is happening. The alcohol causes a poison inside of your body. Your body is trying to fight off this, and while it's trying to fight off this, it can't deal with the other things in your life. It also causes a lack of energy. While your body is furiously fighting to get rid of the alcohol, like I said, it's not dealing with the other things that should be dealt with. And it also makes you less likely to put any energy into the things that you need to do, like exercise, or like cooking really good food for yourself. I mean, nutrition starts in the kitchen. It starts with the ingredients that you buy, putting those ingredients together in a healthy way, and that takes time. It takes energy. So all of this, the dehydration, nutrition, or should I say hydration and nutrition and exercise, all takes time, and so it becomes leads into that spiral then of you going around and round in circles, just doing the same old shit, but you're declining. So, but there's a good side to this. Stop drinking alcohol, and I'm telling you, the amount of energy that you will get from this is amazing. So take care of yourself. I'll leave it there for today. I'll speak to you in the next one. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.